We are back, and we're closing in. We're getting in on the end. It's sad. This is the last one, but we really hope you've enjoyed the marriage tune-up, the family life weekend getaway.
Hope you've learned a thing or two.
Yeah.
I hope you've applied it and seen changes and improvements in your relationships and/or marriages.
You know, I really hope that at least somebody out there is doing this stuff with this kind of thing. Like, you know, we're hoping to be able to share this knowledge so that you guys can use it, right?
And if you haven't done it, and if you've had questions you haven't asked us, please feel free to comment below. Ask any questions you have. We will be more than happy to share and respond to you.
Direct message too. Like,
yeah, if it's personal,
we'll
read in our inbox or send us an email.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we're always willing to help chat it out, dialogue it out. That's cool. So anyway, we were at the last session. We got split up though. So look what we got here. Dave's got his gray book.
I got a pink book.
How? I don't get it. So
what do we do?
5 things she wants you to know, and
5 things he wants you to know.
So they took the guys. Well, actually, the guys got to stay. They took the girls away. It was great. So I played a little bit of golf first. It was great.
Not outside on his phone.
No, yeah. And then, but then we got down to business, and we basically outlined the 5 things plus a bonus. Things that you know, the typical spouse, this typical female spouse, wants you to know.
Can I just interject here? So what they did mention was that these were collected from just after every conference. They give out a survey to people to fill out what you want your spouse to know. So these were the top 5 things that they had collected over their many conferences of what your spouse. So this is, you know, based on real people and all of that.
So it starts off our session starts off saying she loves you. The guy session. She loves you and respects you, even though she doesn't know how. Doesn't always know how to show respect. And so in little quotes, I'm on your side. And so it's very true. Sometimes, like, you know, wemi may be
shade.
No. This is not shade. This is positive.
Okay.
Like wemi may not be feeling me in the most positive of light, but all the time she loves me and she respects me. And it might not be, you know, verbal or whatever, but that's okay. You know, sometimes she doesn't know how based on the current events. And those could very well be because of this guy. So it's interesting. So the 5 points, I'll run through the 5 points we learned first. So first, spiritual oneness and your spirituality matter to her. So that's very important. I know it's very important to wemi. Hence why we're doing things like the Love Dare, which we want to start sharing with you guys a little bit more. But
that'll be in our vlogs,
topic for another day. Yeah, so spirituality is very important to her. And spirituality together.
Yes,
that's
spiritual oneness.
Yeah. Number 2, she needs your love and respect. I didn't really appreciate this one because I read the book Love and Respect and I thought she only needed my love.
No!
But now she needs my respect too. I don't know. So anyway, no, it's talking about, you know, affirmation for who she is and appreciation for what she does. And so those are very good kind of attributes to extend. I added some notes here about affirmation, confrontation, demonstration.
What does that mean?
So affirmation, when you do something well, or, you know, so affirm that. Confrontation is when you don't do something well, when you do something, you know, bad, you know.
So we're going to square off?
Slap you on the nose. No, it's just bring it up.
Okay.
Address it. You know, bring it to everybody's attention so that you're aware of it, so I'm aware of it, and and that way it can be avoided. And then demonstration is me doing the things so you can see them.
Okay,
right?
okay.
Yeah.
Guys, I had to ask that because honestly it's my first time seeing his book. So I didn't, and I wasn't in a session, so I don't know what he learned and how he learned it. So that's why I had to ask to clarify.
And she can't read my notes, because I can barely read my notes, so that's okay. Number 3. This is a big one, and I think this might be the biggest one for you on mine, I don't know. Anyway, she needs to feel she's a priority. She needs to feel she's a priority. I think that's key, right? Because, like, you can think you're treating your spouse as a priority, but if she's not feeling it, it kind of doesn't mean poop. So you gotta, it doesn't mean poop. So you gotta put her before your work, put her before your children, put her before your parents, and put her before your friends. I know that, bumps a lot of things down on the list, but in the grand scheme of things, that's your wife. And Wemi and I had talked about this, is like, you think about like everybody you interact with, in your life, your wife is, or your spouse is the one that's going to be there the longest. You grew up with your parents for the first 20 years of your life, but then...
And you left them behind,
And then you spend the next 20 years raising children, sure, but then they leave you behind.
And y'all are still stuck together.
But then, the whole time you're there with your wife, and so it's, you got to make sure that she's a priority. Number 4, real comfort. Oh, you get me so teary-eyed.
I said you're so sweet.
Anyway, number 4 is real conversation is oxygen. I'm pretty sure this one's the lowest one for Wemi. Because
why?
Because I swear I try to have like conversations and talk and stuff, and then you're just like, shut up.
You know what it is, guys? Dave likes to ask a lot of probing questions. I'm not a fan of probing. I'm just like, I don't know. It is what it is. Leave me alone. But he wants to know why and why and why. He's like a 2-year-old.
This should be in your book.
And why and why. And
5 things he wants you to know is that I need to know. Anyway,
so that's all that is. I like real conversation. It's just the whys really just drain me really quickly.
This is my session, babe. My session. Number 5, security is a big deal. So making sure your woman feels safe and secure, and just you've got things under control. Whether it's financial security, physical security, and safety, things like that, and all kind of realms around that. But then the bonus, guys. This one's key. She craves the romance.
That's not romance. I'm sure they told you that's not romance.
No, they never told me.
Yes, they did.
No, David, they did not.
Tell the truth and put the devil to shame.
What?
Tell the truth and put the devil to shame.
I love you and I'm never leaving. That was one thing that I wrote down of that, something that I think I need Wemi to know. And I put never in capital letters.
Love you too.
So that was 5 things she wants you to know. I wonder if it applies to you ladies out there. Hopefully it does. And then men, do those things.
Yeah.
Prioritize.
Alright, so the 5 things that he wants you to know, ladies.
Relax.
It's all about that man right now. Alright, so they start off saying he loves you and respects you even though he doesn't always know how to show love. And the little quotes they have is, you can feel secure in my love. So let's get right into it. Mm-hmm. Number 1, he needs your affirmation and appreciation.
Preach on, woman.
Affirmation for who he is and appreciation for what he does.
Amen, sister.
And we talk about sidelines here. And we talked about focusing on the good for women. Quite often it's easy to get caught up in the negative things, but try to focus on the good thing that he does and affirm those good things and appreciate those good things, because that'll encourage him to do those good things more, and also kind of nudge him to know the things that, to be more aware of things that he's not necessarily doing that you appreciate,
Mm-hmm.
So this is lopsided. Yeah, so just a thought.
Let her speak. Sorry.
We in church?
Simpsons.
I see. Didn't we just talk about this in the previous video?
Good time.
Number 2, doing stuff together is important.
I'm done for the rest. You better.
The Simpsons have taken over our video.
Playing up here.
Number 2, doing stuff together is important. So that is doing activities that matter to him as well as activities that matter to you. So if he likes to go fishing, you might not like it, but if that's his favorite hobby, you're going to have to get on board.
Unless, it's like golfing, and he likes to golf, but you don't necessarily need to golf with him. there are exceptions. Like if that's his alone time, like don't just.
Well,
like,
sure, if he likes to be alone, but if he really wants you to go fishing with him, like
absolutely
go fishing with him. If you really if it's something that matters to him, do those things together with him. Go for walks in the night, like
the things he like go to sports.
Yeah, go to a sports game with him and just pretend you like. Is it a sports game?
It just sounds funny.
I see.
Like it'd be a basketball game.
Yeah. I was getting to the details.
I know.
Pretend you like hockey for a couple of hours. Pretend you like football for a couple of hours. I shouldn't say pretend. It's not pretend, but just try to enjoy it with him is the proper term I should say. Yeah.
Be positive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 3, spiritual oneness and your spirituality matters to him. This is to know that he's aware that spirituality matters to you, if it does, and they matter to him too, because it matters to you. So.
It's in the gray book too.
Yep. Number 4, he needs to feel that he's a priority as well. So it ain't just about us, it's about them too. They need to be a priority before your work, before your children, before your parents, and before your friends.
You guys knew that.
Yes, and I know for some women, I don't have kids yet, so I obviously can't necessarily preach too much on it without getting slapped on my hand. But just quite often, it is heard that it's easy to push your husband aside once the kids come along. But it is just trying to prioritize him over the kids because kind of without him, you wouldn't have those kids anyway. So, he still matters.
He's going to be there a long time after the kids are gone.
Hopefully. He will. We're not going to say hopefully. He will.
My goodness.
That would suffer.
Yeah.
He will.
The dark moments of love.
So just prioritize your husband and make sure he feels that and he feels loved and feels your attention and feels that you're not putting him off to the side for other things.
Yeah.
And number 5, he needs your respect. And here we talked about sexual fulfillment, recreational companionship, being an attractive spouse, domestic support, admiration of his wife. These are things that men kind of want from you.
You'll remember a bunch of those from, was that It's Not Just Sex had those?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think, or the communication one, conflict.
No,
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Whatever. One of them had it. But yeah, so it's like your husband wants his wife to be beautiful. And the one thing they said here is that if he didn't think you were beautiful, he wouldn't be with you. So don't take it, don't get to a place where like, you know what, I'm ugly, why do you like me? Like, he thinks you're beautiful and appreciate that. An example they gave was a woman, she said she had a friend who would always get changed in the closet. Never in the bedroom. She's like, because whenever she gets changed in her bedroom, her husband would always like, want to get a piece of that. And she's like, leave me alone, I just want to change. And, they kind of said, like, that is a good thing. He appreciates your body. He loves your body. Let him do that. Walk across the room naked. It's okay. He might want to pounce you, but that's a good thing. Like, he loves that. So let him enjoy it. And then for the guy, they have affection, conversation, honesty and openness, financial support, family commitment. Just things that we want in that respect zone. So they talk about respecting the person and not the behavior. So the issue that came up here was there are some men that women feel they don't deserve respect. If the man's doing something bad, he doesn't deserve to be respected. So that's kind of what came up. And what they were saying was to respect the person. You don't have to respect the behavior. You don't have to acknowledge or not acknowledge. What's the term I'm looking for, babe? Kind of like support. Encourage the behavior in a sense. Yeah, you don't have to enable the behavior, but respect the person because they're still that man. So respect them, but tell them, I do not respect that you do this.
Sure.
So just, be specific in that.
And the border between those two.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then the bonus. You ready for this, ladies?
No, I'm not. Like, can we roll back?
Yes.
So what? I don't get. So he needs your respect. What are all these? The effect, is that still you respecting me?
Yes, that's like what he gives, sort of, in return for that respect.
Oh, so if you respect me with sexual fulfillment, recreational companionship, attractive spouse, I'll reward you with affection.
In a sense, yes. It's not like you're rewarded, but that's kind of like that's the balance.
Yeah, that's not what I want. I want you to know. You don't need to know that. You just need to know that you need to do those things.
I see. And the reward is just a surprise?
Yeah.
Okay. Bonus. Sex is a big deal. Didn't see that one coming, did you?
Pretty sure a lot of people did, but...
So, they tell you this. He wants to please you.
Mm-hmm.
So let him please you and let him know what pleases you.
Mm-hmm. Help him out. Help a brother out. What?
He wants you to initiate sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because one of the ladies gave an example of this and I was like, oh, say what? She said her and her husband, like, you know, she's a very, like, shy, she doesn't initiate kind of a lady.
Okay.
And there was the day they were flying back from, I don't know if it was Italy or something, and everyone was asleep on the flight. She went in the bathroom and she pulled it with her and they joined the Mile High Club, baby. I was like, you did that? Yeah, so, and it was funny because she's just like, you know what, that got me out of initiated for like 2 years. Like, I was good because he could not believe that his reserved, like, quiet, you know, good girl wife would ever do something like that. And he was just like, you're the bomb. So, that's just an idea, if you can. I don't know. And lastly, under sex, he's visually stimulated. So, as I said earlier, let him see you walk across the room naked.
Mm-hmm.
We focus.
What? I just said mm-hmm.
With a little bit of eagerness there. So yeah, so keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Look beautiful for your husband. Whatever he finds beautiful and whatever you find beautiful, don't be afraid to present that to your husband. Don't get married and just throw in the towel and let yourself go because you got the ring now. Because that's not fair to him. That wasn't, you know, the agreement. It's not fair to yourself, yeah. So, you know, just keep that up and keep those things in mind. Mm-hmm. So, that was the 5 things he wants you to know, with the bonus that sex is a big deal. Kind of like a big deal. It's a song by Clips.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So anything else?
We have some recommended resources for you.
Did I have different ones?
I'm not. You should, because these are for women.
Yeah. I guess, okay.
So the resources for women is Every Woman's Battle by Shannon Etheridge. For Women by Shanti Feldhan.
For women only.
For women only. Is that not what I said?
No, you just said for women.
For Women Only by Shanti Feldhan. And The Power of a Praying Wife by Stormy O'Martian. Stormy again.
There you go. And I got For Men Only by Jeff and Shanti Feldhan. So Shanti again.
I guess that's her husband.
And Every Man's Battle by Stephen Arterburn. Arterburn.
So we'll list those books in the description box in case you do want to read them and use them as your resource. But those are the 5 things he wants you to know and she wants you to know.
Gray book and pink book, done.
Done. Conference over.
That's it.
Go home and be merry with your partner. Love on each other, respect each other, have sex with each other. What else? Pray with each other, be spiritually connected with each other, talk to each other, relate with each other. You guys get the point. Be a good partner.
I packed my suitcase. I'm done.
And we're off. So hope you guys enjoyed our series. Thank you so much for hanging in. We love to share these things with you. We love the tune-ups. We completely believe in working on your marriage and working on yourself. And we hope you guys do too when you're taking these notes and hopefully applying them to your life. Mm-hmm. And we will continue to keep you updated on our marriage and on how we're tuning up our marriage.
Absolutely. And as always, be sure to ask us any questions. We're here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Thank you so much. We will see you next time.
Goodbye. Bye. For Moments of Love.